If you are a new Teachers Pay Teachers seller, it can be kind of stressful trying to figure out what you need to work on. If you just do a quick internet search, you'll hear people telling you that you need to do social media and you need to do ads and you need to do email and you need to do Facebook and you need to do Instagram and Pinterest and this and that and all the things. And all of that is good, but obviously you can't do Facebook and Instagram and ads and Pinterest and blogging and YouTube and podcasts all at the same time. So if you are a new TPT seller, we're going to talk today about what I call the roadmap to $1,000, which is basically just a little guide for you to tell you how to get from where you are to where you want to go. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe because I have a lot more TPT videos that are coming out, and also because my analytics say that like 85% of you watch my videos and aren't subscribed, which doesn't make sense because you clicked on this video because you're interested in the subject. So, click subscribe. If we haven't met, hello, my name is Becca. I'm the music teacher who blogs over at beccasmusicgroup.com. And I also have a TPT store and another TPT store and a YouTube channel and some Etsy shop. I got a lot going on, but I got there very strategically by starting with one thing and moving on. Now, full disclosure, this is not actually the roadmap that I took to get to where I am. I had kind of a funky start where I started as a blogger with no intention of doing TPT and ended up there anyway. So my story is a lot different. I'm really thankful that I had a full year of blogging without even thinking about product creation, but I realized that most people signing up for TPT are not going to wait a year to start creating products. So this guide is for you if you just started, and especially if you just took my online course that's all about getting started on Teachers Pay Teachers. And if you haven't taken it, I will link that down below. In our roadmap, I do have a little printable for you. It's free, it's down in the description. It's lovely. We have 7 different things that we're gonna talk about that help you to get there. Now, in the little printables, not only does it have it all listed out, it has a little bit of helpful stuff, and I'll also send you a couple of emails with links and also other really helpful things. So, first of all, if you want to get to $1,000, you need to open your TPT store. I know. Revolutionary, isn't it? So obviously if you don't have a shop, then you're not going to get anywhere. Second thing is you want to make 50 high quality products. I know that 50 sounds like a lot, but the #1 indicator of sales is going to be having enough products to bring sales. Think of it this way. If you have one product, then only people searching for that one thing are gonna be able to find that product. But if you have 50 products, then you have 50 chances to get found in search without email, without Instagram, without social, without any of that kind of stuff. Just from search alone, you now have 50 chances to get found as opposed to one chance to get found. Also, when you have more products, if someone buys one, then they might see something over in the side or in your description that shows them, oh, hey, they also have this other product that would be great for my classroom. So having more products allows people to not just find you more easily, but also to purchase more stuff from you at one time. And we would all rather make like 20 bucks at a time than make like $2 at a time, right? Yeah. So I know that sounds really daunting, but I promise it's not as scary as it sounds. Now, while you are doing step #2, which is making high quality products, I also want you to do 3 and 4. So all of these are simultaneous. #3 is start collecting email addresses. I know that sending an email newsletter seems daunting, and I know that because people tell me all the time, Becca, I don't know if I can send an email newsletter because that seems scary. First of all, it's not scary. Secondly, start collecting your email addresses ASAP. I actually happened to do this because I read enough articles that told me you must start your email list ASAP. And I didn't even know what to do at first. So I just like put the link to my email list in my blog posts and in things, and people started signing up. Now, the reason this was awesome was because when I got to the point that I was ready to start sending emails and I felt like I knew how to do my one thing really well and I could add something else and start with the email thing, I already had people to talk to. There's nothing worse than sending an email newsletter to one person. So by the time I got there, I didn't have a ton of email signups because I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't have anything to offer them, but at least I had a couple of people to talk to, so I wasn't talking to myself and I wasn't starting from zero. So set up your email so that you can start collecting them ASAP. Put the link in your product descriptions, put it in any social medias that you have, put it everywhere. Now, of course, you can start sending emails as soon as possible, which would be great. If not, that's fine too. Number 4 is also going to be done simultaneously as these other ones, and that is going to be pick a social. Notice I said a social, like one. So pick either Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok or whatever you feel comfortable with, and pick one and go for that. The reason we say one is because if you're trying to be on 5 social medias all the same time and you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be really, really stressful. So pick one, spend some time getting to know the platform and figure it out, and that'll be fine. Now, does it really matter which one you're on? Probably not. There's teachers on pretty much all of them. I do see more secondary teachers on Twitter than on Instagram, and a lot more primary teachers on Instagram than on Twitter, but they are all everywhere. So don't get stressed about which one. I would say go with whatever kind of like speaks to you. So I like Instagram because it has the pictures, and I like that you can do the longer captions if you want, because clearly I have a lot to say and 280 characters isn't gonna cut it. Now, I did start my Twitter recently. We're working on that, but it was after I was on Instagram for like 2.5 years. So just pick one that you feel okay with, that speaks to you, that you will enjoy, because if you enjoy it, then you'll want to do it, and go with that. That leads us to number 5. Start making high quality content. Now you're like, you already told me to make high quality products. Yes. Also make high quality content. So by that, I mean something that is a longer form and is for the purpose of educating. So that would be YouTube, podcast, blog, or even just like making videos and putting them on Facebook, or like putting really long posts on Facebook, or making a Facebook group, or, you know, Instagram TV, or any of those things where you can really work on educating people, talking to them. And what this does is it's going to establish some trust between you and your audience. It's also going to help your audience to find you, because if you search into Google elementary music, you might find my blog, but you're not going to find my Instagram, because that's just not how it works. So get on something that is longer form and that you can really help talk to people. This is also a really great low-key way to sell some of your products. And by that, I don't mean like, hey, I have this new product, go buy it. But maybe like, here's how to use this new product, or here's why you need my new product, or things like that. So this will really help to drive traffic to your TPT store if you do it correctly. And it will also help people gain trust, and then they'll want to come follow you on Instagram or Twitter or whatever you chose. It does take a lot of effort to get used to blogging or videoing or podcasting or whatever you choose. So that's why I put it after, you know, make your 50 products first, then start on this long form content, and then we'll move on. So number 6 probably won't shock you, and that is make products number 51 to 100. Yes. From everybody I've talked to, everyone says that when you get to 50, and again, when you get to 100 products, it just makes life so much easier. And again, I don't think it's the difference between like, oh, you're at 99, so we don't care about you, and now you're at 100, so like you're really cool. But again, 100 chances to get found is a lot better than 50 chances to get found. So create products at 51 through 100. And number 7 is going to be keep going. TPT is not an overnight money maker. Like, you might happen to make some money, but in my first month, I made $7. $7. That was it. I didn't make like any money, and it took a while for that to start building up. That might happen to you. That is okay. Even when it's stressful, even when you're like, no one's buying my things, keep going, keep chugging along. If you can keep going, it's gonna work. I have this theory. I'll tell you if it works or not, that 3 years is kind of like the magic for any kind of blog or YouTube channel or anything like that. Like once you get to 3 years, you know what you're doing and other people know you well enough to keep coming back. And I got this theory because I have found somehow every YouTuber that I've ever watched, every blogger I've ever found, I always find them and then they mention, yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years. Oh, I've been doing this for 3 years. And so I was like, oh, okay. I guess 3 years is the magic. I think it just takes 3 years, just like in teaching, it takes 3 years to really get solid and understand what you're doing and know how to do things even better and even better and even better. 3 years is a really good marking point for that. Actually, I have some income reports if you're curious as to exactly how much money I made from month number 1 until now. You can go check those out and that'll tell you like literally this is how much money I made. So you will make some money, but just keep chugging along, keep going, even when things get hard. If you can stick it out, you can do it. I hope this video was really helpful. Don't forget to pick up your little roadmap down below. It has even more helpful information and links to specific things like where to do things to set up your store and where to start your email and all those kind of things. So pick it up down below. Full disclosure, I will add you to my email list so you'll get even more TBT tips straight to your inbox every week. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful week. Gosh, these bracelets are noisy.